Some people don't like the pressure that comes with being better. And she even mentioned in a video, she was like, I'm gonna put that pressure on them because pressure makes diamonds. And I was literally like, you know what? I've never thought of it like this. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Gwen, for those of you who are new here. In today's video, I want to chat a little bit about dimming your light. I was recently recommended a YouTube video by a content creator. I think her name is Ida Rose. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. She gave an example in one of the videos that I saw, and it really made me think about how dimming your light may be a bad thing at times. And so I want to go ahead and chat about that. And I honestly want to kind of run it past you guys and get you guys' opinion. What do you guys think about this topic, particularly when it comes to dimming your light? So I thought this was really interesting because one of the things that I hear a lot of is people will say, oh, I don't want to show up as my best self because it can make other people feel insecure, and as a result they think in their minds, this is me taking this other person into consideration, which I have done so many times. There have been so many times where I'm like, I don't want to fully show up, fully show out, because what if it makes someone else feel inadequate? And like, I end up thinking in that moment that I'm doing the right thing. Like, the right thing is to dim myself down a little bit so that these people won't feel, insecure. And in the video, let me go grab my coffee. Guys, how cute is this mug? Oh my gosh, obsessed. Anywho, so she shared a story how she went to Italy for studying abroad. And in Italy, she didn't have a lot of girls in her class. She maybe had 3 or 4 girls in her class. And she said that when she got in the class, she noticed that the girls were, dressing pretty plain, maybe wearing jeans and a little t-shirt. They didn't really put care into the way that they did their hair. They didn't do their hair. They didn't really wear makeup. They didn't really put a lot of thought and effort into their physical appearance. And she said when she went, she was not doing that. She says she's in Italy. She's going to dress nice. She's going to make sure her hair is done. She went to class with her makeup done. And she said it did not take long for those girls to follow suit and to fall in line. She said not even 3 weeks goes by and they started dressing better. They started putting more care into their appearance. They started putting more effort into the way that they look. And I heard that and I immediately thought, wow, can you imagine what happens when you show up as your best self, how that impacts those around you? Going back to my example, we always think that we're being considerate because other people may feel insecure. So as a result, we dim ourselves down. We don't show up as our best self. But in this example, she said, no, it was her showing up as her best self that made those around her better. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys. How sometimes being considerate of others is actually showing up as your best self, because that pushes people to be better. I understand some people don't really like the idea of being better, or some people don't like the pressure that comes with being better. And she even mentioned in a video, she was like, I'm gonna put that pressure on them because pressure makes diamonds. And I was literally like, you know what? I've never thought of it like this. I never thought of it like this, because I am someone who, I try to be so considerate of other people in the opposite way, but I didn't even realize how, no, sometimes me showing up as my best self is actually being considerate, because imagine the lives that you can change. Iron sharpens iron. We are to sharpen one another, help each other grow and be better. And sometimes in that being better is going to be a little bit of pressure. It's going to be a little bit uncomfortable, but you know that in that pressure, you're going to get better. This is not only boiled down to physical appearance. Yes, I think physical appearance is a good thing too. I was on this Reddit post and this girl was saying how when people get dressed, I really don't like it. It puts this unrealistic expectations on moms to need to be dressed up. And like how we already have a lot going on. We don't want this, societal pressure to look good. In that particular case, I can understand where that person was coming from. But at the same time, it's like, guess who benefits from looking more put together? And I don't mean putting on a silky satin dress with these high heels. No, just putting a little bit of effort in, keeping up with yourself. Like, who benefits from that? You do. The days that I feel really dreadful are the days that I didn't put care into myself. If I am actually waking up and I have a bad mood, those are the days that I need to get dressed the most, because I know that's going to shift my mood a bit. Putting effort and care into yourself, looking better for yourself, actually really impacts your psyche, and it makes you feel better. Not to mention, it makes the people around you feel better. You know, people want to be connected to people who treat themselves well. That includes our spouses. They deserve the best version of ourselves. Our kids, they deserve the best version of ourselves. So sometimes I think that uncomfortable pressure, we tend to maybe look at it like a negative, but it could actually be a positive. And in her particular case, I thought about it. What if those girls were going to come in contact with like a super important businessman or like a super important politician? I don't know. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Okay, I don't get out a lot. Okay, but what if those girls were going to meet their husbands? And I know some of you may be like, oh, well, if he doesn't accept them wearing rags, then he doesn't deserve them, you know. But truthfully, you guys know that we are people and we have eyes and we look and we see what we like and we like it. Okay, check, you know. So this is natural. What if those girls were going to meet someone that could change their life? What if they were going to meet those people dressed how they were? Do you think they would have that same impact on those people? No. I don't think her showing up to that class, putting pressure on them to take better care of their appearance, happened in vain. We don't always know the importance of people put into our lives and how we're meant to impact them or how they're meant to impact us. She could have very well been put in that class for a specific reason to put that pressure on those girls, because their assignment is going to require maybe them to take better care of themselves. And the same goes with you and your talents. I have friends who literally, we all have probably these friends who work out, they're super fit. Every time I go around them, they make me really consider and examine myself. Gwen, are you taking good care of your body? Are you being a good steward of your body? Are you eating what you shouldn't be eating? If they did not talk about their goals in the gym, if they didn't talk about, you know, measuring out their macros, and they dimmed themselves down, they would not put pressure on me to be a better individual, to make me want to be better. This happens by design. Again, iron sharpens iron. I truly do believe we are called to help each other, and sometimes helping each other means that you're exposing someone to greater. A lot of people aren't better, or they don't know things because they aren't exposed to it. And if you are that person who's meant to expose someone else to something, you showing up, not your true self, they're not getting that exposure. They're not getting that image of who they can be, and hopefully, Lord willing, be even greater than that. They're not getting that because you decide to dim yourself down. So the next time you think about that one person who you may offend or you may feel insecure, think about those other people who you could potentially be ruining because you're not showing up as the best version of yourself. You know what the craziest thing about this? I'm not saying that we are to flaunt and be showy, show and tell. No one likes someone who shows off. Literally, I cannot stand someone who boasts. I cannot stand a bragger, and I cannot stand someone who shows off. That turns me off really quick. And I believe a lot of people are the same way. What I am saying is show up as the best version of yourself, not someone who is screaming for attention. There is a difference between someone who is like screaming for attention and you just showing up, doing the best that you can. Colossians 3:23-24 says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. When no one is looking, that's when you can tend to slack. That's when you can tend to think, oh, you know, I'm in the trenches, no one's looking, I'm hiding. But no, it says whatever you do, do it unto the Lord. So if he gave you a talent, he gave you a gift, do it and use it for the glory of God. So what's funny is the other day, after I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to do this video on this, I went to Target, and as I was shopping in the mug section because I have been collecting super cute mugs lately. And the only mug that I saw with the scripture on it, guys, I cannot make this up, was this mug right here. Let your light shine. Matthew 5:16. I cannot make this up. That was the only mug that had a scripture on it, and it was on sale for $5. So of course I bought it. In the same way, let your light shine before others so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. I wanted to kind of share that because I think sometimes we need to kind of hear that, like, don't dim your light. Let your light shine bright. I think it all kind of goes back to what is coming out of this, what is coming out of what you're doing. And I think that is a heart posture. Again, I'm not saying go be showy. You know, there are some things that you can use for the enemy. Not everything is going to be used for glory. Some things can be used and warped to kind of get attention and to get negative attention. And so with everything, you want to pray on everything, and then you want to use discernment. What am I doing? How am I using these gifts? Is this for the glory of God, or is this for to benefit me? Is this to be showy on me, to make me look good? Or is this genuinely to help others around me? And ultimately, the goal is to glorify the Lord. And I would hope it's to sharpen others and to help others along our journey. Alright guys, so I hope this video was helpful. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to leave me a like. Other than that, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.